And it's something that Ignacio is scared to death of this year, now that it's starting. Today, it's the reaction of the Christian people. It's the reaction of the people. Friar Gilson yesterday brought millions more people to Avenida Paulista, and there was Father Marcelo Rossi, who also showed up there. And that surprised me. He was a surprise. And people know very well that Bolsonaro represents Christians. That's a fact. It's in the media. There's no way they can try to change that situation. Because the people know who really represents the word of our Lord. And Ignacio, we know the values he stands for. That's obvious. Now it's all about suing. I'm going to sue. Anyone who speaks badly about Ignacio is just desperate. A guy posted a meme of Lula on his social media. Ricardo Lewandowski went there and sued the guy because he associated Lula with that guy Zay Palintra. I'm going to show you people's reactions here. They filled Paulista Avenue. Hit the like button. We'll share all the latest news and updates here. Come, be part of our team. And one thing, grab the link. This video needs to be shared a lot. Grab the link and share it in Facebook groups, WhatsApp, Telegram, because we
can show it to
more and more people. My friends, before we get started here, just a quick note, we have Wesley and Fervor available for everyone. It's a natural weight loss. Are you gonna do it? Especially these end-of-year parties. Sometimes we end up going a little overboard, right? Sometimes we eat a little more, and we always end up worrying about it. What do we do to lose inches, to lose weight? Here's a product with which I lost over 20 kilos. Everyone asks me about it. Fabiano Gigay. Wow, you lost weight quickly. Yes, my friends. It took willpower and a helpful product. It's a small powder you mix with water that tastes like orange juice. Looks like a tank, right? It's similar and it suppresses hunger, right? You feel less hungry, right? So, right, you'll be able to lose weight. If I can do it, my friends, I'm living proof. Living proof. A few months ago, look at these photos. Look at these images. Me and a friend of mine, right? We were together, and he said, "You were chubby, Fabiano. You were chubby." He hadn't seen me in a long time. We met yesterday. Gilberto's a great guy. Big hug. He said, "You were chubby, Fabiano. Did you lose weight?" So, I said, "Look, it's Slim Fab, which I'm promoting every day on the channel. It's really a great product for anyone who wants to lose weight much more easily and calmly. We know it's hard. It's hard. I take it daily and couldn't lose weight. Slim Fab helped me, right? To lose more than 20 kilos. The link is right here below for everyone who wants to take advantage and get ready for the big summer, looking slim and really nice. It gives you a huge boost in quality of life, my friends. A lot of quality of life." This misgovernment got together with the Ministry of Justice, which does absolutely. We see only injustice. It's not the Ministry of Justice, but the Ministry of Injustice. Rampant crime in the largest capitals of Brazil. People can't walk on the street. You can't enjoy walking with a cell phone in your hands because the guys here, Ignacio, right, said it was just to buy a little beer. You have to buy a cell phone, they steal your cell phone, then you have to buy another one, then they steal it again, then you buy another one. It's a never-ending cycle, unless his intention is to boost the economy, right? The more they steal, the more people buy to keep it going. The economy just keeps spinning. But Ricardo Lewandowski, look at this absurdity. Have you seen this meme? The guy wrote, "Don't charge motor vehicle property tax for my Celta, Zay Palintra," and added Lula's face, right? He made a reference to that Zay Palintra guy, right? Who is from the religion, I think from Umbanda or something. I won't get into those details and all. Lula sent Ricardo Lewandowski, the one who signed off and kept Dilma's rights. Appointed by him to the Supreme Court, who left the Supreme Court and then went to the Ministry of Injustice, right? And that's fine. There's no problem with that. But Moro couldn't, right? They really went after Moro a lot. but it's always been like that. Look, Samuel Pancho over at Entropos posted today's low-key news. Minister Ricardo Lewandowski requested the opening of an investigation over a satirical image of Lula with the phrase, "Don't charge the motor vehicle property tax for my Kelta." Zé Pilintra, one of the investigations about the montage that calls Lula Zé Pilintra, went through several agencies from July 2024 to December of the following year, last year. The investigation began after a complaint of possible religious intolerance was filed via the Disque Sem virtual channel. In December, the Public Prosecutor's Office of the Federal District and Territory sent the matter to the Ministry of Justice, understanding that the target of the montage would be Lula, not the African-based religions. The image shows a person kneeling before a figure with Lula's face, with the message, "Don't charge the motor vehicle property tax for my Kelta, Zé Pilintra." Multiple agencies investigated Pilintra since December. These are things that happen on the internet, but people will comment. The image depicts someone kneeling before a figure with Lula's face and a message. 6 days later, Lewandowski requested the opening of the investigation. The investigations were conducted by the police, the federal police. Instead of going up the hill, seizing heavy weapons from criminal bandits, they shouldn't go after memes. Review the federal police investigations in 2 states. In Mato Grosso do Sul, according to the report, agents listened. The man who posted the image said he's a conservative, critical painter. On the left, oh my God. 6 days later, Lewandowski requested the opening of an investigation. The federal police conducted the investigations. At the end of November, the Federal Public Prosecutor's Office closed the investigation, stating that the president, the best one, right? Brazil's temporary representative faces more public exposure and scrutiny, and should be more tolerant of criticism. In this case, the Federal Public Prosecutor's Office got it right. The prosecutor's office stated the post was political, intended to criticize or oppose Lula, not attack his honor. The court confirmed the dismissal days later. FOLA also found 3 other cases in which the government ordered investigations into people who allegedly shouted "Lula thief" near the car or the place where he was. In one of them, the federal police took note of the license plate and went to the woman's house, who insulted Inácio using a microphone from inside a car audio system. Right, it's these outrageous things that I'm showing you now, right? Are people talking about this here? Because it's absurd for the guy to want to sue everyone. That Bolsonaro could be insulted in every possible way, right? Inácio, imagine Bolsonaro doing what Inácio did, sending André Mendonça, right? Then, Anderson Torres, who was the Minister of Justice, going after people who criticized him, and even having a bunch of people arrested. I saw this video, and it sums up Brazil's situation very well. See what this influential person says?
Back in Bolsonaro's time, everyone cursed at him. He went to Rock in Rio, went to Lollapalooza.
Come on, Bolsonaro.
Look at that.
They already want to arrest you. They already want to silence you. They already want to ban social media. In other words, the funniest thing is that the guy who was bad, who was considered the enemy, was the one everyone messed with, everyone cursed at, and nothing happened. And the fact is, if he did something about it back then, because of that, people would say he was a dictator. That's what it was. Currently, many accounts are being removed, and people trying to express themselves are being blocked by this government.
And the fact, it's their democracy. Democracy for the party. Here's the thing, if you criticize them and you get arrested, banned from social media, everything. But with Bolso, you could say anything you wanted. It's the same thing with Eduardo when Dilma was impeached, when Lula was arrested. They traveled the world with Brazilians' money. Obviously right, Eduardo. No, Eduardo has to face trial, be arrested, lose his position as a congressman because he can't do that. Oh, come on, guys, come on. That's just absurd. And that's what Ignacio is afraid of. Here, I'll show you here. This year, we'll see Christians have really turned against these atrocities we're witnessing here. Fred Wilson. Yesterday, he and Father Marcelo Rossi filled up Paulista Avenue. Millions of people with one thought, praying for our country. And this absurd situation that Brazil is going through, this dictatorship, and we are in a dictatorship. We are in a dictatorship no matter how much they try to say otherwise. Look. Packed. Father Marcello Rossi here, making a surprise. Fred Wilson had no idea he was behind him. Look there. I can't play the audio, but look at Fred Wilson there playing his guitar, as usual. Father Marcello Rossi was behind him, and he didn't even realize the priest was there. What a cool scene, right? Father Marcello Rossi surprised Fred Wilson on stage. Watch the moment he arrives. Then the people will listen. That's really cool, my friends. It's the moment when we really have to step out of our comfort zone. This year is a very important year for our country. These people won't stop their evil ways at all. We know that very well, right? And I'm saying we are Christians who will end up making a difference. Look, more than 2 million people on Paulista Avenue. Datafola says 10,000 people are like this. If they were Bolsonaro supporters, wouldn't it be more, right? And actually, I believe there must be about 80 Bolsonaro supporters. So, right-wing people, which we clearly know are right-wing, and for the most part, are the Christians of this country. See that? If it was there, there'd be 10,000. It really is a different moment. Here, Dom Adair wants to see. He ended up saying here, right? He also sent a strong message about Brazil's future in 2026.
In this year of 2026, we will have to pray a lot, we will have to fight a lot, so that God will be the Lord of our history, and not the wickedness of the men in power who want at all costs to restrain, to tie up our voice, our hands, and our thoughts.
Great demonstration there from Dom Adair. And it's a fact, it has already started, right? Ignacio has started, wanting to sue everyone who talks about him and so on. Where is this guy going? According to Alexandre de Moraes himself, if you don't want to be criticized, don't go into public service. If you don't want to be confronted, don't get involved in public affairs. But that's how it is, right? You know what that is, my friends? It's the fear of things getting out of hand, right, people? The fake news inquiry was that it started back in 2019, and then there was a huge reaction from society, and they started piling on more bad stuff. They needed to double down, so they could silence people. You won't let it go, so we have to. We can say, right? Stay calm, be responsible, avoid cursing. That's wrong, cursing and all, but criticizing, after all, we are the bosses of these people. This guy is destroying our country. This misgovernment can be summed up in one thing: taxes, regulation, taxation, taxes, regulation, and taxation. The highest records in the history of tax collection, taxes. Do you see anything coming back to you? Do you see this money that Lula takes from our taxes coming back to you? Infrastructure, insecurity. No, you don't see absolutely anything. And the guy puts in a minister, puts in police. Can you imagine the cost of that? The federal police having to stop. Their duties? Going after memes? These people must have nothing to do. Police officers themselves should be outraged, just like the police chief did in Toffoli's case yesterday. Hey, you're pulling us from our work to chase after you? Are you nuts? This is crazy. A threat like that, something different, it's absurd, right? You can't threaten anyone. They constantly threatened Bolsonaro, but the federal police never investigated. Nothing happened. Bolsonaro couldn't even appoint the chief director there, because according to Moro, he was interfering. Lula can do anything. Oh, come on. It's only gonna be a year, my friends, from a turning point, just like Dom Adair said. Guys, we're really going to have to hold on to God, because He's the one who will truly save us from this absurd situation we're living in here. That's a fact. Please share this video. Grab the link and share it in the group. Nasso keeps sharing links and groups from me. And come, be part of our family by subscribing here to the channel.